Hey guys, what is going on? So I just made a video about the release in the landing zone, and only after, really putting it together and thinking about it, we didn't really go into the release or the landing zone at all. It was just, some slow motion action of some slow motion action of some dice being thrown. While it's fun to make and it might be fun to view, guys, that's not at all what I'm trying to relay. What I want to do is do a release and landing zone video, but instead of me sitting here talking about it for minutes on end, let's just get it done. I want to take a deep dive into the release and the landing zone. Let's see what we can do. Let's see what the information we can find. First of all, I love you guys. Thank you to my subscribers. If you haven't subscribed, please do, because it really helps out a lot. Guys, I love you all. Let's get this done. Let's do this. Hey guys, okay, this time I'm hiding behind this window right here, in this area, kind of here, right there. I want to allow for maximum area for us to look at the landing zone, so that's why, you don't want to see my ugly mug anyway, so this is just the view we're going to have. Today we're going to stick with the same set. Look guys, I'm going to use 6554, and we're going to take a deep dive into this one. We're going to be, I'm also going to use a different speed of the slow-mo. It's not going to be quite as slow. You'll see. I think it'll capture a little bit sharper and crisper because of it. It's going to be a better FPS. So, let's look at this. I've got a different position on the slow-mo as well. So, let me know what you guys think. At the same time, I'm not a professional, guys. I'm doing the best I can here, guys. Let's start this. Let's get this done. First of all, let's just make a throw and see what we can see and adjust along the way. Okay, 6554. I am going to be setting. Right now I'm at stick left 2. Let's get this done. 3-finger grip. Let me start this again. Before I even grip the dice, here guys, this is my recommendation. I'm going to look at my landing zone. Where do I want to land this? Find your path. Find your path. When you find your path, that's when you hold the dice, squeeze them with your fingers, squeeze them, hold them tight, love them. Find your grip. Your grip is comfortable. You're not choking them. Okay, let's see what we get. Okay, so 314. That was a bad throw, and that's kind of what I wanted. So number one, the dice came apart. Not what we want at all. The dice were shifting. Not what we want at all. Let's make some adjustments. What adjustments are we going to make? I've got my dice set here. I know where I want to land in a basic area. Now I need to think about my release. Why did they come apart? I think that I had too much surface area with my dice. When I released my grip, those dice were wanting to stick to my fingers and they fell out of line. I can't grip too tight. Let's try this again. Keeping the dice together. Don't grip too tight. A gentle release. Pause for a second, find your landing zone. Let's do this again. Okay, ease up on the grip. Five, 3, 8. Not bad. Had a lot of backspin, but they stayed pretty close together. It looked pretty uniform, at least from my standpoint. We'll have to look at the slow-mo, but as far as I could tell, they were staying fairly close together. It looked pretty good, but it's not perfect. Let's try this again. 6-5, 5-4. Let's try this again here. Same dice set, same location. Let's do one more with a 3-finger grip. Find your LZ. I have my LZ. Here is my LZ. Not too close to the word come, not too close to the pass line, right in this area. Here's my LZ. If I stay at a 45-degree angle, that should give me the bounce with the momentum to come up into the wall. That's the thing when you come up into the wall, not come down into the wall. When you come down into the wall, these alligator teeth will scatter. If at all, you want the momentum to come up into the wall. When you come up, they hit, they drop. Let's get this done. Got my LZ. A nice gentle grip. Okay, here we go. Way too close to the wall. That was bad LZ. 538. Sorry if you can hear my son yelling in the background. It just sometimes the ADD really kicks in. What I'm going to do this time, let's change the grip a little bit. I'm losing control of this 3-finger right now. Let me go down to a 2-finger. Let's go down to the 2-finger. 2-finger. I'm going to stay with the same LZ for now. 2-finger grip. Let's see if this does better control. Three, 1, 4. Again, I noticed they came apart. Let's see what we can do about that. How can we adjust? How does one adjust to keep the dice together better? It's in that release, how I'm releasing the dice. I think we'll find out. I think I'm starting to flare too much, and that's allowing for too much action. Let's see what we can do here. I'm sticking with this exact same dice set, 6-5, 5-4. My goal is to hit inside numbers. This is my set to do it. It's my set to do that. It doesn't mean it has to be your set to do that. It's my set. That's all I'm saying. 2-finger grip. Got my LZ. Here we go. From my view, what I saw, there was a lot of play, but the dice stayed together. I don't think I had the right trajectory coming into the wall. There's so much to think about, guys. I mean, there's so much to think about and to worry about and concentrate on. There was a lot of play, but from what I saw, the dice stayed together better, and they were more in unison. Good God, they were more in unison. Okay, let's try and stay focused. Let's keep doing this. The dice appeared to stick together better. Wasn't perfect. We're shooting for perfection. So let's try and adjust. That was pretty close though. That looked pretty good. I'll do one more with the 3-finger pinch, or excuse me, with a 2-finger. Let's give this its just rewards and just deserves here. Okay, so same thing. Same set. My LZ, I want very close to the pass line. So hopefully we can bounce up into the wall. So I'm going to adjust my LZ to move it forward a little bit. Okay, let's do this. 2 fingers of loving fingering goodness. That Did not come out right. Okay, 2 fingers. Let's do this. Let's get this done. I'm going to tell you something. I need to look at the slow motion for the flight. The flight might have been off a little bit. The dice might have been separated a little bit. But that landing, with this kind of play, that's exactly what I'm looking for. What I was looking for. That right there. That's the landing that I want. That was a controlled shot. I influenced these heifers right here. That was nice. I'm just saying. Okay. Here's what I'm going to do now. Let's change the table position. I'm going to go from stick left to as far as I can go. Let's act like I get the normal CP thing and I get stuck at the end of the dang table. Let's do it from there. Okay, so now we're down here at the end of the table. I've got the slow motion kind of moved, and hopefully we're going to get some good slow-mo on these as well. Let's see what we can do here, guys. 6-5, 5-4. I'm going to, right now, use the 3-finger grip. A good hint, and this is also from, I know Kuga Ninja does this, as well as Golden Touch Craps. Tap your fingers, not lightly. You want to... Here, let me get some slow motion on this. You want a nice easy hand, Tap your fingers on the felt to even your fingers out. See that? And grab the dice. There you go. An even distribution of surface area consumption. Oh, I like that. Okay, let's see what we can do here. 3-finger pinch. My landing zone is, again, maybe 2 inches in front of the pass line. Here we go. That was short on the landing zone. I did not get it there. But one thing I noticed, what I could tell, the flight pattern looked consistent. I like that. There was not a lot of spin on that as far as I could tell. Could be off a little bit, but that's what my naked eye saw. So we have a 6-5 yo. Now, that's right on axis with this throw. So, not axis with this throw. So, all in all, I think that was a pretty decent throw. Keeping your dice together, using the right grip, that was a pretty good toss. I was happy with that. There we go. So that stayed right on axis. Let's do this again. So same thing. Examine your landing zone. I have examined my landing zone, damn it. I'm going to tap my fingers. Oh, easy. Tap, relaxed hand. No, see, I moved. And there we go. See that? I'm resting the dice against the back wall. You know, like this, but I'm resting it against the back wall. So I can kind of keep the dice stationary while I concentrate on what I'm going to do. Here we go. Okay, so that was so-so. What I saw is, I'm pretty sure I saw the dice starting to come apart. It did not look as uniform. I mean, it worked out okay. 639. That's one of the best. That's right on axis. But I wasn't happy with the flight path of that. So why did that come apart? The release could have been, it could have been an awkward release of the fingers. So what that means is I need to concentrate a little bit harder on my release. That release is going to determine that flight path. Once they're out of your hands, man, that's it. You can't do anything about it. It's going to be what it's going to be. So you can control it up to that point. Let's try this again. 639. Okay, so here we go. 6-5-5-4. I'm going to, let's try this one more time with a 3-finger grip. I've got my LZ, just need to focus and concentrate a little bit more when it comes to the release. I think I'm somewhat hitting my LZ okay. Okay, here we go. Did not like it at all. Did not like it. I mean, even if you're concentrating as hard as you can, that doesn't mean you're going to have that perfect shot. That was an awful shot. It was low. The dice crashed together. It was nothing but play. I did not have that 45-degree angle, and that's something else to think about. It's tough to do this, guys. But the more we practice, the more we ingrain these thought patterns into our head, the more it's going to become just second nature. It's going to become muscle memory. Let's try again. 6-4-10 is what is rolled. I mean, it stayed on axis, yes, but that was random. That did not stay on axis. That ended up on axis. That did not stay on axis. It ended up that way. One more time. 3-finger grip. Focus. I've got my LZ. Let's do this. I think the flight pattern was a lot better with this one. I'm going to have to look at the slow motion. I don't understand quite, at this time with that naked eye view, I don't know why there was so much distribution of energy. This is not what we want. I mean, I'm glad that it came out 628, which again is on axis, but this is another one that ended up on axis. I'm hitting these inside numbers with a few outside numbers as well, the 10s and what have you, a yo in there. I'm not happy with what I'm seeing so far. Let's try end of the table, 2-finger grip. Let's see what we get. Okay guys, so we are set up. I'm at stick right end, very close to the hook as a matter of fact, because there's a light here beside me, and so I can't go directly right smack dab in the middle. And that's something else you have to think about with the table position, where your LZ is going to change. And there's something else I don't think anybody has ever talked before. We're going to talk about it after this shot. Nobody else. I have never heard talk about what I'm getting ready to say. 2-finger grip. I've got my landing zone selected. Think about that 45-degree angle. Think about your release. Let's do this. 2 fingers. 2-finger grip. A 5-4-9. That is my favorite number to roll. And I roll a lot of 9s with the 6554. I love it. This is good. The flight pattern was not perfect. What I definitely saw that time, they came apart a little bit. I mean, how nitpicky do you want to be? It's up to you. I was pretty happy with how far those dice came apart. I mean, I was okay with it. What I did see was the dice were listing. The flight path was listing off to the right. They might have started this way. 549 is what was rolled. They might have started this way, but I saw that they started to list off to the right. I noticed that a lot of my shots, and maybe you too, maybe they list off to the left, or maybe they list off to the right. Mine always list off to the right. So what do we do? How do we fix that? Easy. Here's what I do. This is my recommendation to fix listing to the right. When you grab the dice and when you release, you see, that's why. See how my dice are angled? See? When I release, I release it right there at an angle. Now, this is greatly exaggerated, but I go up, and when I release, I'm at an angle. And that's why that motion keeps them going. So what am I going to do to fix that? Here's my simple adjustment. If I'm grabbing the dice like this, straight on, and I release like that, then that's my mechanics are telling me it wants to go in that motion. My mechanics want to do that. So how do I fix that? I offset my grip. Instead of gripping straight down on, I'm going to grip more at an angle. And when I release, if I grip more at an angle, when I release, I'll already be at that comfortable angle that my wrist naturally wants to go to. So that's what we're going to do this roll. Let's change our grip to be more offset. Offset grip. Here we go. Find your landing zone. Think about the 45-degree angle coming in. Get your grip. Offset it just a little bit to fix that listing to the right. Let's do this. I'm going to do that again. I think that they stuck right to my finger. Dry hands, guys. Quick tip. I think everybody knows it. Dry your fingers off on the felt. Just rub the felt and then grab the dice. 426. Great roll. That's exactly what we want. Stick them right there on the inside. Stick it on the axis, but not how we want to get it. 6-5. 5-4. You see the dice set? Going to use a 2-finger grip, and we're going to offset the grip. Let's do it. Easy. Okay, there we go. Dice are offset. Let's do this. Again, they stuck to my finger. I forgot to dry my fingertips off. I'm going to shut up. Let's just set up and do this again. 4-1-5. I tell you what, guys, all things aside, my crappy throw, all that stuff, this 6-5-5-4, some people like it, some people don't. As far as CP is considering, this is one of my absolute all-time favorite sets. I love it. Okay, let's do this again. Offset. Oh, that feels good. Here we go. 628, they still are listing. So however I'm offsetting my grip, I need to do it just a little bit more. 628. Ooh. Okay. Okay, fingers are dry. Offset just a little bit more. Here we go. That looked a lot better. Now, the problem with this one, I mean, the dice are way out here. I got a 2-1-3. That's perfect. Right on axis again. I was too close to the hook. Always go for the straight part of the wall. I just missed my landing zone. Too close to the hook. 2-1-3 is a good roll. I'll take it. Okay. Let's, you know what, I'm going to do this one more time because I want to try and fix that lift. Let's do it. I'm tired of listing. Here we go. No more listing. Oh. They fell right out of my hand. That was too loose of a grip. 5, 3, 8. They just fell right out. Sorry guys. Reset. Dry the hands. Oops. That looked great. At least from what I could tell. That looked good. That looked very good. 6, 4, 10. They seem to have a pretty good flight. They seem to stay together, and as far as I could tell, the listing was greatly reduced. Got to be ready to adapt. Look at the things that you see in your flight path. Look at what you're doing, and that's what you do. I'm going to move back to stick left 2 a couple of times. I want to try just a couple other things. Okay guys, just had to reposition a couple things. Let's do a couple more shots here. 5, 4, or excuse me, 6, 5, 5, 4. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to try a single finger pinch. Let's see what we can do with, I mean, one of the key things is to reduce the surface area that your fingers connect with the dice. Therefore, the dice will stay together, and the surface area, I mean, your fingers are going to kind of stick to the dice. So the less surface area you have, the better chance you have to controlling the release. Let's check it out. I'm going to be landing the zone. My landing zone is this little square. Obviously, I have a hard time with hitting landing zones. So I'm going to truly be focusing on this area. Let's see what we can do. Single pinch. Here we go. That's a 4-3-7. I didn't enjoy that throw at all. Not nearly as much as I thought I would. 4-3-7. Let's try this again. I had no control over it. It felt like it was just absolutely all over the place. I didn't like it. Let's try it again. Can we control this? Excuse me, guys. Let's see. Where were we? Let's try that single pinch one more time and see what might be done. Single pinch. Resting just like we always do. The landing zone. Here we go. .437. Interesting. The flight path looked pretty good. See, let me push these out so you guys can see. So that's our back-to-back 7 with this dice grip. The flight path looked pretty good. Maybe you guys can see on the slow motion what might have happened with that. Maybe it was listing to one side and I didn't catch it. Let's do a couple more. Let's go back to the single finger for me, at least from this stick position, table position. I'm going to throw that out. I'm not happy with that. It doesn't feel right. So let's go back to the 3 finger just a couple more times and see how many 9s we can possibly get. I like rolling 9s. 6-5, 5-4. Okay. Okay, guys, here we go. I'm going to automatically, I want to correct that little listing problem that I have. I'm going to offset. There you go. So they're not even, but they're set for my mechanics, my natural mechanics. I didn't like it. The dice came apart. Was not a good throw. 3-2-5. One more shot here, guys. Okay, last shot. Let's do this. Offset. Four, 2, 6. So guys, maybe you can look at some of the stuff that we have here, some of the listing issues. You know, I'm trying to take more of a deep dive. I didn't hit my landing zones very well. I need to work on that. I've needed to work on that for a long time. If you guys are experts, every time you hit your landing zone, no problem, every time, then tell me, give me a tip and trick how I can get better hitting my landing zone, other than trying to just focus in more. It's hard to teach and shoot videos and concentrate on everything and then nail your landing zone every time. It is very difficult. But the more we practice, these mechanics will become second nature, and it's just going to happen automatically. Guys, I hope that you got a lot out of this. I hope you enjoy it. I love you guys. Until next time, this has been more of a deeper dive into the release and a little bit more into the landing zone. So hopefully it helps you. CP's out.